Vic Firth Drumstick Company was the very first endorsee that signed me, and I think it was back in 88, 89, maybe even 1990, when I was living in Los Angeles. I was just started studio work out there, was playing in a band called Venice. Started getting a lot of work in the studios from doing the very first record with Venice. Started working with everybody from Bob Seger, all the 70s bands it seemed. When the Eagles were finally getting back together in 1994, you know, they had obviously a list of drummers. Don was specifically the one that was mainly kind of bringing in his ideas of drummers, since he's the drummer in the band. And I was on a list, and I think I literally was like the 10th guy. There were 10 guys, you know, heavyweight guys. And then this guy, Scott Crago, like, who's that? And apparently he said, I want to see this guy first. You know, to fit into a band that's that kind of big, I don't think they needed somebody else to come in and compete as being a fifth Eagle, a sixth Eagle, you know what I mean? So they brought me in knowing that I could just kind of come in, do the job, and not take away from who Don Henley is and who Glenn and Joe and those guys were. I was 30 years old when I got into the gig at a pretty big band, you know, and you know, I think the most important thing is to have some confidence. You know, you're there for a reason, you were brought into this situation for a reason, and to feel good about, you know, why you're there. We split a lot of the drumming duties. Don spends a lot more time out front singing, playing guitar. And so he was really good about allowing me to kind of build a kit that fit both of us. What I did do is we worked out sizes and the way the drums actually sit to where Don's the most comfortable. I can kind of come into, like most drummers can kind of sit down in any kit and kind of play. And then I started adding things slowly over the years for my stuff, the more I play with the band. The different songs call for different things. I also want to talk about, I think the best tech that's out there is Roberto, my friend Roberto. He takes care of Don, takes care of me, takes care of our percussion, all the drums, all the different kits that we use, recording sessions. And without him, I don't think, you know, it would not be quite as easy a job for me. But Roberto takes a lot of the work out of it for me. The best tech that's out there.
Man, what a complete pain. He's the biggest prima donna, I swear. I loathe the day that I got involved with this guy, and now I can't get rid of him. Seriously, with Scott, it's an absolute pleasure. When you're a tech, a lot of times you just slapping drum heads on the kit, and you're not really asked for any input, and Scott has made it an artistic adventure, a relationship with him. He asked me for my opinion on playing and on timbres and colors to the kit, so it's an absolute joy to work with Scott.
Vic Firth, the company itself, was my first and only choice. I wasn't interested in any other company, and it was simply because Vic was a fellow musician. He was a percussionist. He was someone that I respected anyway. Me being from the Boston area, knew who Vic Firth was. I've always respected him as a player. I mean, when I just came in here, you saw me take my hat off, Mr. Firth. It's nice to see you. And he laughed at me. But I have complete respect for Vic, for the way the company's run, being made in the United States. The BSO was something that my mother and my parents were always go to, and you know, when I got endorsed with Vic Firth and the company, my mother was thrilled. She thought it was the greatest day of her life, you know. So a lot of respect, a lot of heart for Vic Firth and the whole company.